The holidays are all about sharing with family. Meals, couches, stories, Grandma's secret pecan pie recipe. And now, you can also share a cart with Instacart's family carts. Everyone can add what they want to one group cart from wherever they are. So you don't have to go from room to find out who wants cranberry sauce, or who should get mini marshmallows for the yams, or collecting votes for sugar cookies versus shortbread. Just share a cart and then share the meals and the moments. Download the Instacart app and get delivery in as fast as 30 minutes. Plus, enjoy free delivery on your first 3 orders. Service fees and terms apply.
Why get all your holiday decorations delivered through Instacart? Because maybe you only bought 2 wreaths, but you have 12 windows. Or maybe your toddler got very eager with the advent calendar. Or maybe the inflatable snowman didn't make it through the snowstorm. Or maybe the twinkle lights aren't twinkling. Whatever the reason, this season, Instacart's here for hosts and their whole holiday haul. Get decorations from the Home Depot, CVS, and more through Instacart and enjoy free delivery on your first 3 orders. Service fees and terms apply.
Now let's get into our discussion on this upcoming season. War of the Nine Realms started on November 6th. So as we record, that was 2 days ago, 2024. Our first card that came with the season pass is Surtur. 3 cost, 5 power. After you play a card with 10 plus power, this gains plus 3 power. I have heard a lot of, well, you probably know, we're both running on the Marvel Snap Reddit now. You obviously don't want to let anybody know that you're there anymore, because they obviously, you apparently either don't know how to play Snap according to them, or whatever you're complaining about that day, they have issue with. I'm hopeless. Anyway.
I'll have I got like a few dozen upvotes the other day.
What'd you post? What was it for?
We'll get to that in a minute.
Fair enough.
For one of the new cards, but not this one.
I've heard a lot of complaints about how this is power creep city, where things are getting out of hand. Many people are, because they got the season pass and this card's out there, it's so powerful. They've got a deck already ready to go, and they're hitting infinite already within the first couple days of the new card dropping. So,
wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like it doesn't have... I should have
sprung for that season pass.
Well, I'm definitely thinking about it. It's not like Surtur has no downside. I mean, if you got Shang-Chi in your deck, you're ready. That's what I had listed here. Get Shang-Chi ready, get Absorbing Man ready, and you might be looking okay. I haven't run into Surtur very much. I definitely ran into him the first day he was released, but I was playing bots too, and the bot was an idiot. Nothing that's hit me with the deck that I've seen on Reddit. I wish I could rattle all the cards off, but I think they were talking about Surtur's combination along with Scar is pretty rough. What are your thoughts on this card?
I feel like I've seen him a lot. Shang-Chi definitely, not only did Surtur debut, but they made sure to feature the Great Portal, right, give you an extra 10 power card, and I was like, yeah, I should probably use Shang-Chi at some point, and I did, and then I wandered off again. I haven't had too much problem with him. I am seeing a lot of Crossbones and Call Obsidian with him, because those are some of the earliest ones you can get out, but I haven't had too much problem with him.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. Next card is Frigga. 3 cost, 3 power. On reveal, add a copy of the last card you played to your hand, if able. This is a card that you're going to possibly run into now as well. I think this was something on Reddit where somebody said, yeah, Frigga ain't too bad. I was like, well, what is this?
I saw that one.
I pulled it up, and it's that, they put what looks to be, since it's on reveal, so it was Wong and then Mystique, and they laid out Iron Man. It was a Mr. Negative deck, so it was a 0 cost, 5 power Iron Man. And they laid out Frigga on the Wong Mystique to get a ton of copies of that 0 cost, 5 power Iron Man.
And it was on Camartage.
Oh, okay. I was wondering how they filled their hand so much, because I was like, well, that's 4.
But apparently you didn't notice my post. They got 36 upvotes. They said Frigga is okay, and I said, yeah, that's pretty much how Odin feels about her, too.
36 upvotes. Nice.
Throughout the history of Asgard, it's like Odin going, hey, wife, I'm going to go down and father a kid with another goddess. I'm going to date the Phoenix. I'm going to take over and just tell you to stay in the kitchen. He
Perfect.
Doesn't really respect her very much.
No, he doesn't. Anyway, Frigga. I've not run into Frigga very much at all, so I can't say I've seen anything other than that Reddit post. So what about you?
I'm like, hey, that's pretty cool. I think I should try to get Frigga, but I just burned my last spotlight key getting antivenom. I just got another spotlight key today, which is also the first time I saw Frigga in the wild. Other than that Reddit post, it's like never seen before, and I'm like, really? Seems odd.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'll get her sometime, maybe. Maybe if there's a Rene Russo variant.
Please, and signature, please.
Yeah, it seemed pretty cool, and then I kind of talked myself out of it. Although she's a 3 cost, so, there's room for her on the surfboard.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And with Cerebro.
Maybe you play her right after you get silver. I'm doing the math wrong. Trying to figure out how you get silver surfer.
You get so usually when you're playing Sarah Surfer, you are looking to have Surfer and Absorbing Man ready to go on that last turn, because after Sarah's laid out, Surfer goes down to 2. So you get Frigga, though, you can lay out Silver Surfer, and then the next turn you can lay out Frigga, and you got Surfer back in your hand. So it's a nice little bonus. You can drop her Surfer again at the end. So I'm all right with it.
You just get another 3 cost out there.
Not a bad deal. All right. Next up is going to be King Eitri. 1 cost, 2 power, activate. Draw a card that didn't start in your deck. And this, my understanding, is going to be a prize in Deadpool's Diner. So, yeah, we need to be looking for that.
Like more grind than high voltage.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of people said. High voltage is a lot of fun, and it did not have that grinding aspect. I don't know if they're going to tweak Deadpool's Diner, but I didn't go through with Deadpool's Diner last time. I didn't follow through everything because I was sitting there. It felt like a grind. So I never ended up with Cassandra Nova at all. King Eitri is, oh, man.
Own your FOMO, Jesse.
Okay. Took me a second.
Fear of missing out.
Fear of missing out. That's right. And I don't know. King Eitri sounds neat. I don't know if it's going to be much of a game changer. So what are you thinking here?
Do you remember what Eitri is famous for?
I have no idea of any stories if I ever read anything about King Eitri, so tell me.
Well, you've seen him in a movie played by Peter Dinklage.
Oh!
Infinity War.
He's the guy that
he forged Mjolnir.
Mjolnir.
Yeah,
okay.
I think in the comics he forged Mjolnir, but yeah, Stormbreaker. So I think his main objective is you play him after you play Thor or Beta Ray Bill, and he draws a hammer.
Oh.
If it's in your deck. He will draw a card that didn't start in your deck, but is now in your deck. So you play Thor, he shuffles Mjolnir into your deck. Then you play Eitri, and he draws Mjolnir. If you're playing against Korg and Rockslide, he could just draw you a rock.
Obviously, I was not thinking about this card.
And if you're playing with Erisham, he just draws heaven only knows what. Play him with Loki, he draws anything that's in your deck. Although I don't know, because Loki doesn't boost Collector anymore, so maybe not.
So that's a great theory.
Alternative for Jane Foster.
Right. That's kind of nice. And it's not every zero cost.
He would not replace her in a Mr. Negative deck because he wouldn't draw the 0 cost cards. Jane gets all your hammers. Eitri would just get 1 or possibly a rock. But he's also a 1 cost, 2 power. So
can't complain. King Eitri, next up would be Malekith. 4 cost, 6 power. On reveal, add a 1, 2, or 3 cost card from your deck here. It reveals at the end of the game. So a nice little chaos aspect thrown into the game a little bit here. 1, 2, or 3 costs could be so many different things.
Yeah.
It's a wide range of things. You already got a 4/6 going out there.
The thing I'm thinking, and I don't know if this is a way to work with it. I don't know if it's worth building a whole deck around, but maybe you put him in a deck with Speed and Wiccan, because then your 1 and 2 cost, your Quicksilver and Domino will come up, so you're guaranteed to draw a 3 cost card. I don't know if that's a good enough synergy to actually build a deck around, but maybe if you're trying a Wiccan and Speed deck and you've got, got another spot, maybe it's worth throwing Malekith in there.
You can put stuff in your deck that is clearly 1, 2, or 3, and all 3 of those cards are going to be very, very helpful.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like this.
Yeah, you just have all want to be careful what you put in there, because Sunspot wouldn't do you any good.
I would. Ebony Maw's going in there. Ebony Maw would be nice to have in the deck, but that's 4 cost. That means on turn 4, you will have gone through how many cards at that point? 7 in your hand? 6.
You would have drawn your 7th.
All right, so that leaves 5 that are going to be in your deck. You got to remember that, because the likelihood of you getting this 1, 2, or 3 cost card that you want, it's a possibility they may end up in your hand before Malekith gets drawn out, and then you laid Malekith out there and does nothing.
That's what I was saying. If you do it with a deck with Quicksilver and Domino, then you know you're going to get a 3 cost card.
They're already out there. But don't even put them in your deck. Just put all 3 cost cards in your deck or something, or start out with maybe a couple 2 costs.
It might be, but he seems like he'll be fun to try to figure out.
Agreed.
Yeah, and there may be, it's kind of making me think of Antivenom, because I'm like, well, this sounds cool. I wonder what I can do with it. And what I figured out, was not at all what I originally started out with. So maybe there's something else that we're not thinking of.
Okay. All right.
Ebony Maw is a good one. Quicksilver and Domino to make sure that you only get the 3 costs. Worst comes to worst, if you play Malekith and all your lower cost cards are already gone, he's still a 4/6.
Right.
He's still Ben Grimm. Mark your bingo card.
He'll be fun to have in there and mess around with, see what you can pull off. All right. Next up.
But I may not try any spotlight keys for him either.
Right. Because up next is the card that I think a lot of us are going to want to get our hands on. This is the one that stood out to me. Fenris Wolf. 2 cost, 3 power. Activate. Resurrect the highest power discarded or destroyed enemy card to your side of this location. I love the fact that it's playing those kind of dual identities to help out with either one of those decks.
I think you're going to want to be playing it against discard and destroy. What you're going to want to do is recreate the classic tale from Journey into Mystery number 471.
Yeah?
Where the Fenris Wolf teams up with Shang-Chi.
You are absolutely right.
Drop that massive card. Drop Shang-Chi. Play Fenris Wolf. Turn 6. 4 cost, 2 cost. Take out their big gun. Bring it back on your side.
I want to get my hands on this because I think it's going to be very useful. I mean, my goodness, playing against Destroy. That it is one of the perfect cards for playing against Destroy. Thank goodness. Because I hate Destroy.
And discard. Discard's been making come back. Now, I don't think it'll thief Apocalypse for you because he keeps coming back. But if they're building up and, planning on having Hela drop all of those folks on you, well, there'll be one less corpse in the waiting room for it.
Right. All right. Next up, Gorr. 6 cost, -1 power. Ongoing +2 power for each on reveal card in play. So
that, I believe, will be on both sides of the board.
Yeah. Just kind of like Ajax, where he's got anybody that's hit with negative. So I wrote down here that he can hang out with Shauna the She-Devil because Shauna is an on reveal herself, and she drops in 3 1-cost cards, which could have on reveal. So that's my thoughts with Gorr. How about you? What about the God Butcher?
We got another Sebastian Shaw situation here. Card seems good. Hate the character.
Not a fan, huh?
No, not at all. It was like, hey, let's see. We got enough characters out here murdering people. How about we murder an entire belief system? I have no use for the character. Worse than Sebastian Shaw. I mean, the card seems cool. I didn't care about Ajax until he reminded me of Barry, and I thought of ways to use him. But that's why Fenris may be the only featured card I get. Eitri, I'm going to, hopefully I'm going to try for. But Frigga and Malekith, they seem like they could be fun, but I don't want to spend a token on them and not get Fenris Wolf. Any hesitation I have on blowing every spotlight key I have to get Fenris Wolf, it's like, oh, you mean all I'll miss out on is Gorr? I see the power could be useful, but I'm not saying the character can't be interesting, but he doesn't do it for me. Okay.
All right. Well, there you go. That's the characters. Let's go ahead and get into locations. The first location for this upcoming season is going to be Valhalla. After turn 4, repeat the on-reveal abilities of cards here. So I wrote down no fun in Valhalla. That's what's going to be happening. A lot of no fun decks taking advantage of this. I might be able to get Legion out on turn 4, but this isn't just going to be me. It's going to be happening on the other side too. So I don't know if I want to give them too much of an advantage. But anyway, I think this is going to be a fun location. What's your thoughts?
Oh, yeah. If you really want no fun in Valhalla, drop Cosmo there.
Perfect. It would be.
Or somebody's loading up all their cool on reveals to get another shot at it. On turn 4, play Magic or Rhino or Scarlet Witch.
Oh, get that person out of here.
No, I think it'll be fun, although I understand why it's Valley of the Hand, but Valhalla should be where discarded or destroyed cards come back, I think.
That's a great point. I mean,
Nobody
really,
asked me.
put it on Reddit. Somebody should agree, right?
Yeah. Oh, the other one that got a decent response on Reddit was when I shared the picture of Galactus on the rickety bridge and everything disappeared, and then M'Baku jumped in. That one even got a comment, "This is perfection." So I'm rebuilding my standing on Reddit.
Yeah, Reddit. You're getting some credit on Reddit.
There you go.
There you go. All right. Now, this next location, I think, is awesome. Yggdrasil, the Tree of Life. Is that what it's called? And
the World Tree.
The World Tree. There it is. The World Tree.
It's probably also Tree of Life, too.
After each turn, give all
As
cards.
You know, it's the source of Green Lantern's powers.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Stan Lee's Green Lantern.
I bet you put that on the blog, didn't you?
Oh, I did.
Yes, you did. After each turn, give all cards at another location +1 power. And yeah, I will have a reason to use Sebastian Shaw, which I think I have. I'm pretty sure. I ended up with Sebastian Shaw at some point. Iron Man, Shadow King, just to ruin somebody. Brood. And I put down here all cards, which I thought was awesome. Like the fact that this thing was giving out power to everything. And it's at another location. I would assume that it's going to be like, what is it called? World Forge, where it picks a location. So that's going to be what we're going to see here. So it's probably might be a good idea to spread that out as best as you can. But Brood is going to be definitely in the deck, because I am, that's 3 cards immediately in one location, and those things are going to be popping up. Sebastian Shaw is going to probably be in the other location. I love the idea of this location. I think it's going to be very impactful. How about you?
Think of Gilgamesh again. Every time something goes up, I'm like, hey, another +1 for Gilgamesh.
I do not have
what
Gilgamesh.
I wrote on the doc was, don't forget Gilgamesh, even though that's kind of his thing. He was originally introduced as the Forgotten One.
Don't forget him.
He was supposedly the template for a lot of heroes of legend on Earth, just Gilgamesh.
Okay, nice. All right, there it is. There's our locations, and that is our discussion on the upcoming season, War of the Nine Realms. It's already started, folks. Get out there, get playing. Thanks a lot for joining us. Make sure to tune in tomorrow for the next installment of Snap Material.
The holidays are all about sharing with family. Meals, couches, stories, Grandma's secret pecan pie recipe. And now, you can also share a cart with Instacart's family carts. Everyone can add what they want to one group cart from wherever they are. So you don't have to go from room to room to find out who wants cranberry sauce, or who should get mini marshmallows for the yams, or collecting votes for sugar cookies versus shortbread. Just share a cart and then share the meals and the moments. Download the Instacart app and get delivery in as fast as 30 minutes. Plus, enjoy free delivery on your first 3 orders. Service fees and terms apply.
Why get all your holiday decorations delivered through Instacart? Because maybe you only bought 2 wreaths, but you have 12 windows. Or maybe your toddler got very eager with the advent calendar. Or maybe the inflatable snowman didn't make it through the snowstorm. Or maybe the twinkle lights aren't twinkling. Whatever the reason, this season, Instacart's here for hosts and their whole holiday haul. Get decorations from the Home Depot, CVS, and more through Instacart, and enjoy free delivery on your first 3 orders. Service fees and terms apply.